all lies. Charles Spencer released evidence of Harry's lie in his book, which says, Meghan wasn't allowed to wear Spencer's tiara. Harry and Meghan wanted a tiara that Diana used and thought about getting married at Westminster Abbey or at St. Paul's Cathedral. Prince Harry wrote that while he and Markle were touched by the idea of the Duchess donning one of Princess Diana's tiaras on the big day, Queen Elizabeth II begged them to select something from her private collection of jewellery at Buckingham Palace instead. The Queen and her royal dresser, Angela Kelly, presented 5 tiaras from which the bride-to-be could choose, with the offerings including one of all emeralds and another with aquamarine stones. Prince Harry said everyone agreed that one stood out from the others and looked like it was made for Meg, though he didn't describe the winning design. We wanted to get married quickly, but the palace couldn't seem to pick a date or a venue, the Duke of Sussex, 38, details in his spare memoir. While waiting for a decree from on high, from the nebulous upper regions of the royal decision-making apparatus, we went off on a traditional engagement tour. According to Harry, a conversation about the nuptials with William, 40, did not go as planned. On our return from the trip I rang Willie, sounded him out, asked his thoughts about where we might get married. He continued. I told him we were thinking of Westminster Abbey. Right. The Queen doesn't beg. And touched. Does that not sound a lot like a sweet nod? The Queen begged M, a third-rate actress on a show 10 people watched, to wear a tiara from her collection. The Queen, who lived through a world war and served her people all the days of her life, begged M, who was marrying the 6th in the line of succession. And the Montecito mob wonders why no one believes them or takes them seriously. Prince Edward got Windsor as part of the transition to a slimmed-down monarchy. This youngest son was also never getting Westminster Abbey. What a liar. Not to mention that Meghan was divorced. Should they have had a church wedding at all? Charles and Camilla didn't. Westminster Abbey wasn't even possible because of her divorce, if I'm not mistaken. St. George Chapel has more leeway because it was home chapel. The thing is, the Spencer tiara would be worn only by Spencer women. Even Catherine would not have been invited to wear it. It was announced ahead of WK's wedding to warn people not to expect it and that she would be invited to wear one of several selected pieces belonging to Her Majesty, so that would be the same for Meghan. She's delusional. Why choosing Westminster Abbey, the biggest church of them all? I don't understand. Meg would have settled for the lovers not tiara, and then kept it as a permanent loaner. But no, the lovers not tiara is Catherine's now, lifetime loan. No one else can wear it. Actually, I believe there is something in place that says Diana's firstborn granddaughter will get one of her Spencer tiaras, so we should expect to see one on Charlotte one day. The Spencer family and the Earl's daughters have already said they're okay with it. If it's in Charlotte's hands, the tiara will have more opportunities to actually be worn, rather than it just sitting in a box collecting dust. I always knew she resented St. George's and wanted one of the London ones. No one was going to do that for the 6th in line. Especially after reports came out she didn't like how musty it smelt and wanted to bring in air fresheners. The Queen had to tell her no. St. George's is fine as is.